What's up, Moto fans? Andrew with Moto Machines here, and today we're going to be doing our final overview of our Tenere 700 that we fully outfitted with our parts suite, which, obviously when we go through everything, we will be putting links in the description for where you can get it. But let's get started. We're going to start from tip to butt, going through all the accessories that we put on this to make this bike awesome. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to take our time going from front to back here on the bike, showing the accessories that we put on. We put on a ton of accessories from our website. So if you need to see any of those videos separately on each of the parts, click the card at the top left or right, wherever Michael puts it, and you can see the specific videos for each item. But right now we're going to go through every single one that we've done and give you, a rundown of why we did it and what the bike looks like with them on there. So, and also, if I forget anything, Michael, just let me know, because there's a ton on this bike. But starting from the front here, down here we have the Pyramid Plastics fender extender, a classic accessory for any bike. It'll help keep rocks from being kicked up and going into the engine, the radiator and things like that. It's a perfect cheap accessory to put on your bike just for some protection. Then right here we have the Hepco and Becker skid plate. It's full aluminum. We went with the black version because it looks nice. That'll give you a ton of protection underneath. You can call it a bash plate if you want. If you go over rocks or logs or anything like that, that'll protect it. It's very solidly mounted. And paired with that, we went with the Hepco and Becker Extreme Guards. This is the top model of crash protection that Hepco and Becker offers. It is very solidly mounted. It will protect you in a crash. It'll protect the bike, the fairings, and everything around it. It's a solid piece, very popular with our customers. It's probably the best out there in terms of protection. And then paired with that as well, we have the EvoTech radiator guard under here. That'll keep all the small rocks, stones, road debris from kicking up and puncturing the radiator, which is a real pain to replace and very expensive. So that's a very inexpensive accessory that you could put on to just give yourself that peace of mind, because you don't want to have to replace a radiator out in the middle of nowhere. And then working our way up, we have the Hepco and Becker front light guard. That one will just protect your very expensive plastic light here from branches or pieces of debris that could break it. That would not be ideal to have to replace that item and wait months for it to come in from Yamaha. And then working our way up here, we have the Ermax polycarbonate high windscreen, which is, from my experience, very great, because I rode this bike 1,300 miles back from the dealer and it had a short screen on and the wind protection was not ideal. And on top of that, we put on the Ermax clip and flip windscreen, which can be put on top of various windscreens that you buy to give you that extra bit of height, it's actually fully adjustable. You can push it downwards, which it's a little tight right now to do that, but you can also flip it down if you want a little bit of breeze to keep you cool on long rides. It's a nice little accessory, give you that extra wind protection. Now, let's see, what else do we have? Working our way back a little bit more, we have the Hepco and Becker handlebar guards. These are probably the best on the market. They will protect you in falls, they will protect your hands in crashes, which is what you need. They solidly mount to the end of the handlebar and then to the bar clamp in the middle. So that's about the best protection you'll get for your handlebars. It'll keep them hopefully from getting bent in a crash, and it'll protect your hands really well. I know it from experience, so trust me on that one. And then paired up with the stock wind guards here, we have the Pyramid Plastics wind guard extensions. These I have on my personal bike. They're awesome, especially when it gets colder outside. It'll protect your hands from that wind, and on a bike like this with no heated grips, that's optimal, because your hands will start freezing. So as you can see with my hand on here, it's fully covered, whereas the original one would not actually cover my hand completely. And it'll also protect against brush and other things. Also, we have these Pyramid Plastics wind deflectors here on the side of the bike. These are great because it gives you that added bit of wind protection that the stock fairings don't give you a ton of, because the bike's really not that wide. These are awesome. They're easy to install. Now, I cleverly modified it a bit to work with the Hepco-Becker guards. So if you somehow end up with this pairing of products, this is all you really need to do, is to notch it out and it'll work. Otherwise, it'll be fine on its own. One more item up front here are the Pyramid Plastics infill panels or wind deflectors up here. These are actually really awesome. Not only do they look nice, but the design of them flares out here to give you a bit more wind protection coming out here on your torso, which is nice if you don't want to get beat up by the wind all day. They look nice, they're functional, and yeah, you'll definitely see a difference with these because this bike doesn't have a ton of wind protection up here, especially on long trips. You'll notice that. So if you're worried about that, these are a perfect accessory. All right, one of my favorite accessories that we offer, and something I need on my personal bike every time, the Hepco-Becker center stand. Center stands in my mind are amazing, especially for touring bikes or adventure bikes. It's a great way to store your bike in the garage, gets the weight off the wheels, and it just makes the bike so much easier to pack with your stuff because it's level, and it just makes it easier to work on, makes it easier to clean the chain. The list goes on. Center stands are perfect. If Hepco-Becker offers one for your bike, you should get it, particularly this bike. It didn't come with one for some reason, but you can get one from Hepco-Becker and it'll be like a factory product. It works perfectly. It's super easy to get on and off the stand, which I can show you now. There's off the stand and then on the stand. Easy. Perfect accessory for you guys that tour and want to work on your bikes at home. Next, the Hepco-Becker side stand enlarger. This thing is huge. And why is it huge? Because you can park this thing anywhere. Grass, mud, dirt, wherever you go in adventure, you'll need one of these to keep your bike from sinking in. It's a great accessory. It stabilizes the bike. It's inexpensive. And honestly, I've had great success with them. I always put them on my bikes. Working our way up, we have the Hepco-Becker tank bag and tank ring on the tank here. These are one of my favorite accessories as well. I always run Hepco-Becker tank bags because of this. Extremely easy to get on and off with this magnetic lock. This particular one is specifically designed for the Tenere, as you can see. All you need to do to refill is just remove the tank bag easily. The filler is just exposed, easy to get to. And then all you need to do to put it back on is just line up the magnets. Boom. It's stable. You have easy access to your everyday items, and this is my personal tank bag, but there are tons of options out there for street riding or touring or adventuring. So the list goes on for the amount of tank bags out there for, you know, whatever bike that you have. So perfect accessory right there for everyday riding. Now, working our way back, we have on this bike, we decided to go with the Hepco-Becker X-Travel Panniers, which are the new soft bag from Hepco-Becker that attaches to the regular size side carrier, which it's a very clever design that they have here. We have quick detach loops here, I guess you would call them, which all you do is slide these guys out, boom, and then undo the bottom ones, which are just hook loops that slide out, which Michael can probably show you in the B-roll. And then the bag comes right off, just like that. And if you come around, Michael, the X-Travel Panniers come with a special plate here, which you'll use to mount the bags, obviously, or whatever else you might want to add, like maybe a gas canister or something like that. And these are awesome because they adapt to not only Hepco-Becker carriers like this cutout carrier or the standard Hepco-Becker carrier, but other brands. So you'll see on our website that the hardware kits on there are available for different brands like Jivian, SW, and Motec, depending on what carrier you have. So it'll adapt directly to that. And then you can use these really nice X-Travel bags, which you'll see in the other video. We go over more. Talking about the carrier, we ended up going with the stainless steel Hepco-Becker cutout carrier, which, if Michael comes around to the other side, I'll show you here. I'll detach this bag. I'll just let it hang. The cutout carrier here gets the actual carrier closer to the right side of the bike. It gives it a symmetrical look from the rear. because of the exhaust over here. So it's specially designed to get as close to the bike as possible while also leaving space for the exhaust. This cutout carrier also comes in a kit with the Explorer cases, which is this model of case right here. So you can have hard cases with this particular rack as well. And you also see on our website we have the standard side carrier, which takes all the other cases from Hepco Becker. It's just an asymmetrical design due to the exhaust. Let me detach this bag the rest of the way, which is just these little loops right here. Comes right off very easily. Now, perfect time to talk about the exhaust. We went with the full MIV system. It's a beautiful exhaust, relatively inexpensive, I would say. It sounds amazing, and the quality is there. Mounting it was very easy. I mean, I can't say enough good things about MIV. As you can see here, the header pipes and everything, full MIV exhaust. You can find them both separately on our website, so you can go with just the slip-on if you want, or you can just go with the header pipes and go with the stock muffler, whatever combo you want to do. But we went with the full system, which I'll show you now. It sounds amazing. All right, that thing sounds awesome. So this particular engine sounds amazing with an exhaust, and this is the perfect one to pair up with it. And you'll find it on our website, of course. Now, working our way up to the rear here, we have the Hepco Becker Explorer 45 top case. It's their staple adventure riding top case. It's 45 liters. It'll fit a helmet. Comes in black and silver. It's one of many cases Hepco Becker offers, which we have it paired on the Easy Rack here. And these cases come on and off super easily with the latch. Twist the key, pull the latch, boom, comes straight off. This is the Easy Rack from Hepco Becker, which is one of the versions of rear racks that we sell. This particular one has the feature of the bow here, which you can fold down if you're not using the top case. And you can, you know, strap a duffel bag here or traverse the rear seat with some kind of bag, and this doesn't have to be in the way. So you can fold it down out of the way, and you have your rear rack here. By the way, everything on this bike was super easy to install because of Hepco Becker's engineering paired up with just the way this bike is made. Everything was super easy to install, so you'll find that out once you get these items on your bike. But it's a nice addition. There's different types of rear racks you can get. There's the what do you call it, the enlargement rack version, which is great for duffel bags and things like that. So check out the website, see what we have to offer. What else? We have, coming down here, we have a couple of Pyramid Plastics items which are kind of hidden away but functional. We have the Pyramid Plastics shock shield here, which is great because it protects the shock components from getting hit by any debris or rocks or anything that will be kicked up by the rear wheel, which will do that because this is a Pyramid Plastics rear hugger that we put on, which wouldn't have been there otherwise. So this bike doesn't come with anything here from the factory. So this is all exposed. But we decided to go with both products to give you full protection from any debris and anything underneath here. So this will keep rocks and mud and things getting kicked up into the shock and underneath the seat and everything. And then finally, we have the Pyramid Plastics chain guard here, which will just give you that little bit of extra protection from things getting kicked up into the chain and things like that. I think that's basically everything. Is that everything, Michael? That was a lot. But as you can see, we have one of the best product selections on the internet for this bike. Anything that you might want for touring or adventuring, we got it. So take a look at the other videos about these products if you're interested. The links will be in the description. And that's it. So I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or anything, you can shoot us an email, call us, and that's about it. Ride safe.